Hi, my name is Elliot Rudder, and I'm an agent coach here at Zillow. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to go through this short training about your customer experience report. This is a tremendously valuable tool giving you direct feedback from your connections, giving you insight into the levels of service that you provide, which all ultimately allow you to build a brand based on exceptional service. Today, we're going to spend some time going over the actual survey experience and the questions your connections are being asked. We'll take a look at a few key metrics within the report itself. I'll give you a few quick tips on how to raise your scores. And finally, we'll touch on the best of Zillow status and the benefits that having a high customer experience score can have on your business. As we begin today, let's start with a quick review of the connections process itself. First, a consumer will submit an inquiry on Zillow or Trulia. Then, a member of Zillow's connections team will reach out and confirm that they are in fact ready to speak with an agent. And at that point, our connections team will facilitate a live connection between that consumer and a local agent to take them through the next steps. When you accept a connection, we send a survey via text, email, and an app notification requesting feedback from the consumer on their experience with you. One important call out that I want to make is that surveys are only sent to your leads and your connections. Only this feedback will be considered as we aggregate your customer experience report. The first survey is sent out 24 hours after you first speak with them. We do this because we all understand the importance of making a good first impression. Gaining insight on this initial conversation goes a long way when honing your sales approach. Then we send out a survey at 15 and 45 days following that first connection because we learned that consumers value traits and service skills from agents throughout the entirety of the home buying process. We want to collect and share these insights with you to help you foster better relationships with these connections. Our ultimate goal is to provide you with a holistic view on your performance with consumers from initial contact all the way through to close. This will hopefully allow you to gain a better understanding of how your specific sales approach is resonating with each of your connections. Let's take a look at what the survey actually looks like. After the initial connection, the first survey we send asks your connections to answer 3 quick questions about their interaction with you. The first being, did you connect, with a simple yes or no option? Then we ask, how was your experience talking with this agent? Customers provide a rating here using face icons. Tests have shown that this new rating design improves clarity for both buyers and sellers about the rating that they're providing for you. Lastly, we ask, do you plan to continue working with this agent that helped you? They have 3 options here, yes, no, or I'm not sure. These responses give us the data to provide you with the feedback that's so important. All survey responses, including those from the 24-hour, 15, and 45-day surveys, are included when calculating each section of your customer experience report. These various sections of data allow you to track your performance, including your experience score, which provides data on the overall customer experience, your connections rate, which demonstrates if your connections remember speaking with you, your work with rate, are your connections planning to continue working with you in their home search, and finally, the appointment rate. This shows how well you're converting phone calls into in-person or virtual meetings and showings. While each piece of your customer experience report is key to building a strong brand, today we're going to focus on your experience score and your work with rate. As I mentioned earlier, this report offers you honest and direct feedback from your connections. It highlights the number of connections you're converting into in-person appointments and ultimately into clients. You can use this data to find your areas of opportunity and ultimately build that brand known for exceptional service. You can find your customer experience report in the reporting menu of your Zillow profile on desktop, as well as within the Premier Agent app on a mobile device. The experience score is generated based on responses to the survey question, how would you rate your experience with this agent? Your new connection is asked this question 24 hours after the first conversation, and granted that they answered that first survey, again on the 15 and 45-day survey. Based on their feedback, we convert this score into a 100-point scale. Most agents fall between an 84 and an 86, with scores of 90 or above being considered truly exceptional. This score is key because it serves as a reference point for your customer experience performance. I encourage you to work to have a high experience score because this is the score that determines your Best of Zillow status. This badge is rewarded monthly, and if your experience score reaches a 90 or above, you will see this Best of Zillow badge appear on your profile on the first of the following month. If you achieve this status, congratulations. You've truly gone above and beyond. Now, rely on your customer experience report to maintain that high score and therefore the Best of Zillow badge. Best of Zillow is taken away on a quarterly basis. So if your score does dip below a 90, you will see that the Best of Zillow badge has been removed on the first day of the following quarter. When it comes to tips on how to improve your score, it's relatively simple. First, focus on responsiveness and establishing clear communication. Inspire confidence by always following up quickly. And figure out how and when your client most wants to communicate with you. Don't simply ask, is this the best number to reach you on? Push a little bit further and find what their preferred avenues of communication are between texting, emailing, and phone calls. And find out when during a typical day they're going to be available and wanting to speak with you. Next, showcase your knowledge and establish trust. Walking each and every client through the home buying process and helping to provide clarity on what they can expect next goes a very long way for most of your consumers. And finally, always lead with a customer-first mindset. Make every single client feel like they are your number one priority. As you work your way down your report, you're going to find the reported work with rate. This shows us what percentage of your connections answer yes to the 24-hour question, confirming whether or not they want to continue using you as their agent. If you get a yes after the initial conversation, congratulations. This is not an easy thing to do after just one conversation. This lets you know if you're compelling your connections to take or at least consider taking the next step with you. Connections who plan to continue working with that agent after the 24-hour survey are 4 times more likely to stick with that agent through to the closing. That's why even if your connection doesn't seem ready, you should always build rapport, get to know them, and schedule a time to follow up. They very well may turn into a valuable client. If you received a maybe or a no on your feedback from a connection, here are a couple quick tips that you can refer to going forward to increase your number of yeses. First, learn more about your connection-specific needs by actively listening to the responses and then following up with open-ended questions, just like using a system similar to the ALM model that you can find in the Zillow conversion playbook. Become their trusted advisor by answering questions in a way that instills confidence. Be efficient with their time. And finally, establish a follow-up plan with clear and defined next steps. As agents get more survey responses, older responses fall off and are no longer considered in the experience score. This allows agents who are underperforming to improve their score while encouraging agents with strong scores to maintain them. We use your 20 most recent surveys as an individual agent, and then for teams, we use the 40 most recent survey responses. Ultimately, our goal is to showcase and reward agents and teams that consistently receive high experience ratings from their connections. At the end of the day, it's important to focus on providing exceptional customer service. It's great for your business and it's great for your customers. But it's also nice to get rewarded for putting in the extra effort. And the Best of Zillow program helps us recognize and reward agents that go the extra mile. By receiving a Best of Zillow badge, you will stand out from the competition as someone who provides excellent customer experiences. You'll receive increased exposure. Zillow showcases the value of agents to customers throughout the home buying journey. And finally, leverage a better marketing toolkit. Elevate your brand and streamline to the day-to-day with better listing templates, home shopper handouts, and more that showcase your Best of Zillow status. And as we close out this training, I want to leave you with a reminder to always lead with a customer-first mindset. Successful Zillow Premier agents go above and beyond for their clients. I encourage you to continue focusing on delivering exceptional customer experience and mastering the traits that customers value most in their agents. Once again, my name is Elliot, and thank you for your time.